All right, welcome back. So we're still doing this human body system book. Okay, we are now on the endocrine system. All right, so let's talk about this. Remember the state of Texas, they want you to know the main functions of the endocrine system, but also, y'all, you guys are going to have to make sure you understand what the different types of organs are in this system. All right, so we're going to watch this lovely video of the endocrine system.
Over the course of our lifetimes, our bodies undergo a series of extraordinary metamorphoses. We grow, experience puberty, and many of us reproduce. Behind the scenes, the endocrine system works constantly to orchestrate these changes. Alongside growth and sexual maturity, this system regulates everything from your sleep to the rhythm of your beating heart, exerting its influence over each and every one of your cells. The endocrine system relies on interactions between three features to do its job: glands, hormones, and trillions of cell receptors. Firstly, there are several hormone producing glands, 3 in your brain and 7 in the rest of your body. Each is surrounded by a network of blood vessels, from which they extract ingredients to manufacture dozens of hormones. Those hormones are then pumped out in tiny amounts, usually into the bloodstream. From there, each hormone needs to locate a set of target cells in order to bring about a specific change. To find its targets, it's helped along by receptors, which are special proteins inside or on the cell's surface. Those receptors recognize specific hormones as they waft by and bind to them. When this happens, that hormone receptor combination triggers a range of effects that either increase or decrease specific processes inside the cell to change the way that cell behaves. By exposing millions of cells at a time to hormones in carefully regulated quantities, the endocrine system drives large scale changes across the body. Take, for instance, the thyroid and the two hormones it produces, triiodothyronine and thyroxine. These hormones travel to most of the body's cells, where they influence how quickly those cells use energy and how rapidly they work. In turn, that regulates everything from breathing rate to heartbeat, body temperature, and digestion. Hormones also have some of their most visible and familiar effects during puberty. In men, puberty begins when the testes start secreting testosterone. That triggers the gradual development of the sexual organs, makes facial hair sprout, and causes the voice to deepen and height to increase. In women, estrogen secreted from the ovaries signals the start of adulthood. It helps the body develop, makes the hips widen, and thickens the womb's lining, preparing the body for menstruation or pregnancy. An enduring misconception around the endocrine system is that there are exclusively male and female hormones. In fact, men and women have estrogen and testosterone, just in different amounts. Both hormones play a role in pregnancy as well, alongside more than 10 other hormones that ensure the growth of the fetus, enable birth, and help the mother feed her child. Such periods of hormonal change are also associated with fluctuations in mood. That's because hormones can influence the production of certain chemicals in the brain, like serotonin. When chemical levels shift, they may cause changes in mood as well. But that's not to say that hormones have unlimited power over us. They're frequently viewed as the main drivers of our behavior, making us slaves to their effects, especially during puberty. But research shows that our behavior is collectively shaped by a variety of influences, including the brain and its neurotransmitters, our hormones, and various social factors. The primary function of the endocrine system is to regulate our bodily processes, not control us. Sometimes disease, stress, and even diet can disrupt that regulatory function, however, altering the quantity of hormones that glands secrete or changing the way that cells respond. Diabetes is one of the most common hormonal disorders, occurring when the pancreas secretes too little insulin, a hormone that manages blood sugar levels, and hypo and hyperthyroidism occur occur when the thyroid gland makes too little or too much thyroid hormone. When there's too little thyroid hormone, that results in a slowed heart rate, fatigue, and depression. And when there's too much thyroid hormone, weight loss, sleeplessness, and irritability. But most of the time, the endocrine system manages to keep our bodies in a state of balance. And through its constant regulation, it drives the changes that ultimately help us become who we are. If you want to learn more about the ins and outs of the human body,
All right. So get your little booklet again. Okay. This is a system that regulates your mood too. Okay. It regulates um, when your body is going to change. Okay. For example, your guys are going through the change of life right now. And also, women will go through it twice. Okay. That's called menopause. And that happens in their 50s or their late 40s. Okay. So your body is regulated with hormones. Okay. Hormones are chemical signals released by the glands and transported in blood. It tells the body what to do. Okay. For example, right now you guys have that growth hormone and it's going crazy. It's all over your bloodstream, telling your organs and your body it's time to grow. It's time to grow and become adults. Okay. And when that happens, your emotions kind of might be out of whack. One minute you might be sad and you're like, I don't know why I'm sad. I don't know why I'm crying. That's the reason why, because your hormones are just going crazy and you're going through the change of life. So, guys, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel upset. Okay. But if it's a prolonged sadness, remember, always talk to your parents, talk to your teachers. We are here to help you. Okay. All right, so the glands, they collect and process substances from your blood. So in your blood, you have hormones, and that is how they travel to your organs. And then the organs in the endocrine system is glands and hormones. So let's check out to see what the glands look like. So here are the different glands. You need to make sure you guys remember this graphic because you never know when it's going to end up on your test. So you have glands right here in your brain, and you have a thyroid gland, which is in your neck. Okay. Um, you see this gland right here, it's attached to your kidney. This is the gland that creates adrenaline. This is like your fight or flight. This is where you might, like, one minute you don't feel strong, but then something is going to happen and you have to get all this energy. This is the adrenal gland, okay? And then if you're a female, you have ovaries and those produce hormones, which are part of your reproductive system. And then the testes and men have testes, okay? Not girls, okay? All right. So let's continue. So here are the major glands. Um, okay, so remember the ovaries, they produce egg cells. The testes in men, they produce sperm. The pancreas produces insulin. The pancreas is actually part of the digestive system too. Okay. All right, let's move on. And then we have problems and disorders, diabetes. Do you remember that the pancreas is a part of the digestive system, but also it's part of the endocrine system, and it produces insulin. It regulates blood sugar in your body. So with diabetes, if you have it, your blood sugar is too high, and that can cause issues. Okay, like you're tired. In diabetes, if it's not treated properly, if you don't have it under control, it can slowly kill somebody. Okay, and then hyperthyroidism is whenever your thyroid gland cannot make enough hormone to keep the body running normally. Either you can gain too much weight, you lose a lot of weight, or your heartbeat is irregular. Okay, and then insomnia. That means you are not sleeping correctly. Okay, and then system interdependence. The endocrine and circulatory system, they both work closely together because the blood carries the hormones to your glands. Okay. And then we have the endocrine and nervous system because the brain is controlling those glands. So right now you guys are growing. Your growth hormone is active compared to mine. Mine is suppressed because I am a 35-year-old woman now. Okay. When I was y'all's age, my growth hormone was, I had a lot. So that's was my change of life. Okay. So the brain is telling your body to grow up. So it releases those hormones. Alrighty. Now we're going to move on to the circulatory system. Okay.